Hi everyone, in this video we'll explore building machine learning model using AWS SageMaker AI. So we'll use data that we'll get from Kaggle, then we'll build the model, we'll train the model, and then we'll deploy it, and then we'll do some prediction using that model. So that's what we'll attempt to do in this video. So we'll have data in S3, and from S3 we'll push the data to AWS SageMaker AI. And within SageMaker AI, there will be pre-processing of the data, there will be model training, there will be evaluation, and then we'll deploy that model and we'll have endpoints which we can access through Lambda and API gateway. In this video, we'll just do the part from S3 until the deployed endpoints, and in the future video, we'll integrate with Lambda and API gateway and through a browser, things like that. So the data that I'm going to use is diabetes prediction dataset found on Kaggle. This is the URL, and so it has 9 columns. It has columns like gender, age, whether a person has hypertension or not, heart disease or not, smoking history, and I believe as we go scroll to the right, and I believe it is BMI, A1C level, and then the blood glucose level. And then diabetes is the target variable, which we are going to predict based on the previous 8 variables. So previous 8 are independent, and diabetes is kind of dependent or target variable that we are going to predict. And so this is the data that we are going to use to train our model on. So you can download the data if you want to try it yourself. You can download using this download link. So what I've done is I've taken that file and I've uploaded to one of the S3 buckets here. And so let's get started with SageMaker. So let me set it up for a single user here. So there's Amazon SageMaker and SageMaker AI. I'm going to use SageMaker AI because I want to use Canvas. It's really no code, low code utility to be able to train the model, deploy. So we'll use that. So let me click set up for single user. It may take a few minutes to set it up. All right, so now our domain is set up. So it says in service, so we're good. So let's go to Canvas. User profile, enter the domain. Create user profile. And we'll just leave everything optional. Right, and submit. Okay, so you go to domain, and then you go to user profiles, and then you go to user profile, and you go to app configurations, and within app configuration we are looking for Canvas. And what we want to do is we want to enable direct deployment of Canvas models. So let's go ahead and edit it. And it's enabled. Okay. Submit. Okay, let's go check app configurations and Canvas. Enable direct deployment of Canvas model. So it is enabled. All right, so this is all set up. Now let's go to Canvas and start building our model. So go to Canvas and it will show the profile, and then we open Canvas, and Canvas will open in a new window. So this is really drag and drop, plug and play type of UI. This first time doing it, so it might take a couple seconds. All right, so Canvas is open now. Of interest to us is the left now, and mainly we'll work with my models on the left. So let's click on my models. And so these are the steps. We build the model, we analyze, we predict, and we deploy. So the 4 steps that we are going to go. So let's go ahead and create a new model. So create new model. So we'll just say diabetes prediction model. And there are different types of problem you can solve with this. Ours is predictive analysis. We are not doing image or text analysis, but there are options available. So let's go ahead and create. All right, so now the time has come to select the data set. So let's first, so there are options available, sample data sets available that you can choose from if you wanted to just play around with. What you can do, what we will do is we'll go ahead, create data set, and we'll just say diabetes data, create, and instead of local upload, we'll pick S3, and we need the ARN URI or alias. So let's go ahead. So as we were setting domain, it created additional buckets, but our interest is this file. So let's go ahead and copy S3 URI. So we copied S3 URI. Let's go to SageMaker and let's click on go. So it shows up here. All right, so this is the preview of our data. So it shows 100 columns. So gender, age, hypertension, hypertension, and so on and so forth. We can scroll to the right and look at rest of the columns, but yeah. So BMI, H1, and then there is diabetes. This is targeted. So let's go ahead and create data set. Okay, so now the data set will show here. So let's select that data set. Okay, and let's go ahead select data set. So now we selected that data set. Now let's pick the target column. It will show all the columns here and it will show details about each of those data in those columns. So for example, smoking history has 6 unique values. Hypertension has 2, 0 and 1, yes or no. Heart disease is also same. A1C level is more continuous variable, so they have more values. And for BMI, there is even more values. For blood glucose level also, there are more values. But so let's go ahead and set up our column to predict. So target column is diabetes. So, and then let's configure the model. So we go here and by default, based on the data it picks and the target column, it picks the model type. And so if we want to really look at the models being used, then we go ahead and do ensemble and it will show the algorithms available for to build your model. So in our case, we'll build 2 category model. We'll leave everything default to auto. Objective metric, we'll leave it to default. This one will leave it to default. And then data split also 80-20. So we'll leave that as default and then save. Okay, so the model is configured. And so now what we can do is, so there are 2 options. One is standard build, the other one is quick build. And we can always do preview model as well. But let's go ahead and do quick build. So it takes about 2 to 15 minutes. So we might have to take a pause and then come back to it. So let's do quick build here. So it is pre-processing your data and might take a couple of minutes, but we'll come back to this. So as you can see, the build is in progress. At the bottom, it shows more information about our data set. So it has 100,000 rows, 9 columns, so total 900,000 cells. And this is the kind of model that we are building, 2 category prediction. So we'll come back to it when this is done. All right, so the model build has completed. So it has accuracy of 95.53. F1 optimization matrix is 0.734. So the accuracy, this is what it means by accuracy. And if we go a little bit detail about this, shows the column impact. So in our case, pull this up. Blood glucose level has the highest, then H1, HbA1c level, then age, and then BMI. I guess smoking history doesn't go that much, or hypertension not impacting diabetes as much based on this data set, of course. So there's a lot of things in here. There is advanced metrics about the model, things like that. So now we're done with the building of the model. Now let's go ahead and try predict. So you can go to predict and let's try single prediction. And so these are the values available. So based on this value, the prediction is no. But let's say if we have H1 or A1 C level, so instead of 5.8, let's say if it were 10.8. And we go ahead and update prediction. So it will use the model and the data to predict. So it says yes. And so 10 instead of this, let's say this was 4.8 and this was say 250. Or this was, let's say 250. Update the prediction. Yep. So this is how it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to create and build machine learning model using SageMaker Canvas. And so I was talking about deploy earlier because we had done that setting in domain under. So we had to go here under domains, and we went to domains, and under user profiles, go here, and under app configuration we had enabled auto deploy, enable direct deployment. Because we had enabled this, we are able to deploy our models directly. So we can click on deploy, and then it will ask for instance type and things like that. I think we'll do this in a future video where we'll deploy and then we'll use AWS Lambda and API gateway to be able to interact with this model from the internet. But this is how you can do. So it's pretty straightforward. It is really drag and drop for some basic things. There's things like data wrangler, so you can use to prepare data, use it for your model. You can add the data set here, things like this. So this is a lot of features available for you to be able to quickly do your proof of concept, or just wanted to get hands-on experience. Thank you. Thanks for watching.